What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're talking about a fragrance that was actually heavily requested for review that was sent to me by the good folks at Perfume Box. If you're not familiar with Perfume Box, they have hit the scene really hard in the recent years. They've got a lot of great options as far as cheap fragrances all the way up to niche, and they do distribute for Dumont, which we're going to be reviewing here today. They did send out Dumont Bravanzo Vestige, and like I said, I have several channel members that asked if I would check this one out next, and I obliged, and I've been spending a few days with it, and I want to give you my thoughts. So stay tuned. So I have the notes on screen for you guys, and when you smell this one immediately, there's no mistaking. It's in the family of Bulgari's Tygar. It'll remind you of fragrances like Kajal Om 3, like Afnan's Tarathi Blue, like Rubroca's Theorem, Alexandria's Black Panther, Suspiro Vibrato, Spirit of Kings, Arrakis, however you say it, and the list goes on and on. Paris Corner's Norstag, can't forget that one because I really do enjoy that one. That one's loaded with ambroxan. And the reason I don't want to forget that one, because this is kind of the opposite. I don't get loads of ambroxan, those definitely there. The difference here, the biggest twist I've come across that makes it a little bit different from the others, is this is very amber dominant. Sure, you get the spicy citrus grapefruit smell, the nice woodsy tone, and you do get that shower gel ambroxan feel, but I don't know if it's a synthetic amber accord, if it's an amber wood synthetic oil, but it's very, very warm and ambery. Noticeably more so than the others here, where this is much fresher. This is much fresher. Hell, this smells like a breezy, airy, watery, aquatic twist on all of these. That's definitely the freshest of the bunch. They all have something different to offer. And like I said, Norstag, very ambroxan dominant. That's why I love that one, because I love the smell of ambroxan. I'm one of the people that enjoys that synthetic. But here it's all about amber. Not all about, but mostly, I think is the best thing I can say as far as the smell. I've spent the last few evenings with it. I wore it yesterday. I do like it. If you like that scent profile, you will like this. If you have 1, 2, 3, or a bunch of those, it's redundant and you don't need this. If you don't have any of those and you want one that's less on the ambroxan, maybe not just overrun with citrus and has more of a warm ambery dry down, this is probably the one for you to check out. That's where having different twists and variations on a scent profile can come into play and be handy and helpful for some, because everybody has different tastes and gravitate towards certain nuances more so than others. So if you're the type that's looking for the more warm and ambery side of this profile, I think Bravanzo Vestige would be the one for you to check out. Now, as far as performance, as with all the Dumont fragrances I've been trying, they're at minimum very strong on up to straight up beast. I would call this in the very strong territory at 8+ hours in longevity. Not eternal at 12+, but 8+ hours easily in longevity every time I've sprayed this one on skin. The projection's on the heavy side. I gotta say it's moderate to heavy. This is where the strength really comes in. For about an hour and a half to 2 hours, this stuff is potent. It pops off the skin. There is some nose fatigue to be had here as well that I don't experience every time I've sprayed it as much as the others. It varies. It's situational, I guess, would be the way to look at it. And then the sillage here falls into the more moderate to mild side, where it starts off really strong and it gets a lot close to the skin to give you light reminders of it, light whiffs through the remaining life of the fragrance. Again, that could be nose fatigue as well. It could be even stronger than I realize, because it's really hard to gauge the levels of anosmia that you're dealing with. But across the board, I would call this very strong. If not for the nose fatigue, it's probably a beast, but it's safe to say it's a very strong fragrance across the board. Final thoughts on Bravanzo Vestige. I gotta say this is one of the better options from Dumont. I think this falls into the top 5 for me overall across the lines that I've tried. The Nitro line, the Celerio line, and now the Bravanzo line. This falls into the top 5 overall. This is so far my favorite Bravanzo I've tried. I reviewed Imperial the other day, which is very much in the realm of like Electimus Imperium, Cedrapoise, Aventus, kind of stuff like that. Whereas this speaks to me a little bit more. I think this is more of an 8.25 out of 10. I think the sillage kind of dropping off pretty heavily from where the projection is what kind of bumps it down a little bit, but still the scent profile and the longevity and the early projection really boost this score to keep it over 8 out of 10. So that's where the 8.25 comes in. It's a cumulative score. For those of you that used to watch my old reviews from years ago, I used to put the breakdown on screen. Now I just give you an overall score. And this is easily an 8.25 out of 10. This is one I would highly encourage if you're looking for the warm ambery twist on the Tygar scent profile. This is the one you're looking for. Well, that was my final thoughts and full review on Bravanzo Vestige from Dumont. And thank you once again, Perfume Box, for sending this my way and affording me the opportunity to test and review these fragrances for my audience. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried this one? What do you think about it? Was it a pass for you? Was it a miss? Or do you absolutely love it? Because I had people requesting, wanting to see what I thought about this one. Some that are looking to get it, some that already have it, and just wanted to see if our thoughts matched up, I guess. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Bravanzo Vestige and you give it a spray now, there's always that chance you might thank me later. Have a good one, guys.